interesting program titled Teens Perspective. What do you think about teens perspective? The word alone, perspective, means opinion. What do teenagers think about this particular topic? So we are here to actually get the opinions of our teenagers on so many topics. What do they think? How do they see life? We want to hear them talk. We want to know what their perception is about so many things all and random. So guys, stay tuned with us on this wonderful program because I'm pretty sure you guys cannot wait to learn about our teenagers. Me too, your host, I cannot wait to actually, okay, this is how teenagers actually think. It's not as if I'm old like that too. But then, Alright guys, I am your host, Layo. Don't go nowhere. I remain Layo. Our topic of discussion today is what our teenagers think about contraceptions. Is it okay for parents to administer contraceptions on their children with the knowledge of that child or without the knowledge of the child? If it is okay at all for parents to administer contraceptions on their children. So I have these beautiful girls with me in the house today in person of Fatia. Yes, guys. And then I have another second beautiful girl with me in the house in person of Tofumi. Okay, guys, that was a beautiful one. Alright, guys, so what do you guys think about contraceptions? I want to start with Fatia so bad. I don't know why. I want to start with her so bad. So what do you think about contraception? Do you think it is okay for parents to administer contraceptions on their children? It is with the idea of that child or without the idea of the child. So that means we have about 3 topics to talk about. If it is okay to administer contraceptions on that child, 1, with the idea of the child or without the idea of the child. So that's 2. Yes, 2 things to talk about. All right.
To my opinion, I believe contraception is actually wrong for a parent to carry out on their child. Because if you actually train your child well, I believe that there's nothing, though home training depends. There are different types of home training. There are some parents that might be strict on their children, but then the child might still go wayward. But there are some ones that will draw their child closer to know what's going on in the life of the child. So if the child won't take a wrong step, they will know, and the right step they will know. So I believe if you train your child well, why do you need contraception? Why do you need pills? I don't understand. That's what I feel. It's wrong, actually. It's very, very wrong.
All right, thank you, sweetheart. Then, Tofumi, what do you think?
It is right. The reason why I'm saying it is right is because it's preferable for you to know what your child is doing. Because if you're saying it depends on own training, he or she is still eventually going to move out of your house. So it's not possible for you to follow your child around. There's no way you can. He or she is still going to associate with other people.
Okay.
So there's possibility of influence. So I'm not supporting it. That I'm training.
Okay, yeah. I believe experience is the best teacher. Because if your mom say, okay, you're going to school now, don't do this, don't do that, and you still feel like, okay, because you've met friends that are influencing you to do stuff, you feel like, okay, you want to go against your parents, then it's what you see you face. That's what I feel, because so far as I've already told you, this is wrong. When you get to the right stage for you to do it, you're free. I won't disturb you, because I feel like, okay, you're already at the right stage to do this. But then you feel like, okay, because my friend is using iPhone, her boyfriend is buying this for her, boyfriend is buying that for her, because she's already doing what you haven't done. So you now feel like, okay, let me do it. So if you get pregnant, it's your fate, because your mom has already told you, or your parents rather has already told you, my child, don't do this. You get to the right stage. Of course, your parent can't follow you around, but I believe the home training. Of course, we're all used to the internet.
Set you on the
Exactly,
right path.
we're all used to the internet. Okay, contraceptions, they have complications. You can use it now. I'm like, okay, so you can do whatever you want. You can do this, you can do that. And I believe keeping your virginity is actually a blessing for your husband.
Okay.
I believe that. So if you are this girl that, okay, you just want to do it, I want to do it, you want to know what they are getting there, and if you get pregnant, that's what you're looking for, because you're doing it at the wrong time. If you're doing it at the right time, no one is actually going to question you. No one will tell you, okay, use this, use that, use this. So I believe that you should just keep yourself. When you get to the right stage, university, you see those that will influence you. Come and do this. do that. Let's go for nightclub. Introduce you to so many guys. That's where you see some how they call them, hot girls. They'll be like bad girls. All those girls that are the richest. You want to mingle with them. I'm not saying you should not mingle with them, but then use your brain. You can mingle with them and still be on the right path. They'll just be like, oh, those are our friends, and you are not even acting bad.
Acting bad, yeah.
Exactly. So I believe experience is the best teacher, because if you are there and you do it, if you carry pregnancy, it's your fate.
And you don't even know how those girls do their thing.
Exactly. They might be using the contraception. Actually, they can be using it. They don't know the effect it's having on them. Some of them will end up getting married, not being able to give birth. That will not become problem. And I'm like, it's not like that. Start telling your husband different story. Like, I don't understand. So it's better you just be on the right path. When you get to the stage, your mom won't even call you that, don't do this, so don't do that, oh. But you feel like, okay, yes, I'm ready at the right stage to do this.
All right, thank you so much, Fitia. And then, Tofumi.
I still disagree with the home training, because reason why I disagree, there is no way, no matter what, like influence, like for instance now this our generation, everybody knows iPhone 14, iPhone 13 and all that. You will definitely want to.
So are you saying that, are you hold on, are you saying that teenagers of our generation actually only have sex because of the things they want to get out of it? Because I believe personally, yeah, that before, as a teenager starts to think of material things, yeah, their feelings actually grow first. They want to explore their feelings, they want to explore their emotions. So if at a teenage age, I'm hearing this right now, that they are interested in iPhone 14 and iPhone 13, that shows how broken the home that teenage child is actually coming from. Because I believe, are you guys with me?
Yeah.
I believe if you're going to be exploring anything emotional or sexual as a teenager, it should be based on your feelings, not based on the materialistic things that you want to get from it.
We are still saying the same thing.
Okay.
You said that depending on where the child is coming from, the home the child is coming from. I'm also saying the same thing. It's better for you to be introduced to it, because you know where you're standing. It's your choice.
It's your choice, yeah.
You can't force he or she to like fix up to your advice, like holding up to your advice that it's a must. You can't enforce it. So
on anyone.
Yeah.
Enforce what advice exactly? Is it the contraception that you have to use it or not?
Yes. So it's just better you are introducing it. You saying what is used for. So it's your personal determination.
Okay,
to
after you've actually educated that person on contraception.
Yeah. So I think it's a personal determination.
Okay.
It
So
can be enforced.
let's look at a disadvantage of not using contraception. Fitia. Disadvantage of not using contraception as a child or as an adult, but let's base it here now as teenagers that we are. There is unwanted pregnancy, which Fitia was heavy on, and then there's that of abortion, which we've not actually paid attention to. So if unwanted pregnancy sets in, then the first thing that follows is solution. And what is the solution? Abortion, yeah? Yes, unwanted pregnancy. It is not wanted. So what do you think of? You want to abort it. So now let's think it this way, that most parents actually administer contraceptions to their children because they don't want their child to actually go through abortion. And let's think of the repercussions of abortion. What happens when once abortion is in, or abortion is already on the table as a solution or as a way out? It's a 50-50 case. You either make it or you will not make it. So let's check that out. And I think I should face Tofumi on this one. She's heavy on contraception should actually be what? Should be administered to the children or to the girl child before leaving the house, yeah? To avoid these things we're talking about, to avoid unwanted pregnancy, or to avoid a situation whereby there would not be a way for that child to move forward in their future. Or to avoid stigma from churches, from religion homes, and from all that. Guys, we'll be coming back here. We're going on a short break, and when we get back, I'm pretty sure you guys cannot wait for me to actually give us an in-depth insight. Yes, in-depth insight on this particular aspect. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Welcome back, guys. If you're just joining us, do not worry. How you need to do is just take your torso back to the back. Yes, adjust it very, 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 very well. Yeah, so you can actually enjoy this interesting topic from the scratch. And then we asked the question, yeah, before going on the break right just now. And then we are back. We're starting with Tofumi to tell us, to give us in-depth insights. Yes, I remember that word. In-depth insights about why contraception should actually be administered to the girl child before leaving the house or even while she's still in the house. Over to you, Tofumi.
Contraceptives should be administered. Reason being, a girl might not have the intention of going out, like to look for love or stuff like that. She might actually be on her way to like run an errand, and without her knowing, unconsciously being raped. If such child has been introduced to contraceptives, I don't think such a thing would have happened. And also, it prevents unwanted pregnancy. There won't be regrets and all that. Then it could also prevent stigma. It won't be like a stain that you won't like. Nobody can ever forget. They will always see you that way. Let me put it that way. They will always see you that way. That girl, stuff like that. So I feel it should be administered contraceptive. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tofumi. So Tofumi said contraceptions should be administered on a girl child to avoid unwanted pregnancy. We heard that correctly. And then institution of rape. I mean, she said it is not all the time, yeah, that the children or the girl child rather is actually going out to actually look for love. Situations whereby the girl is actually being raped outside, or in fact is inside the house. The child might be raped inside the house. I might not even be able to talk to anyone, which might later on lead to trauma. In fact, if contraception, yeah, for me, is not being administered to a girl child, yeah, I'm trying to convince Fetia, yeah, to leave this part that she's on, yeah. Maybe she can come over to Tofumi's side, yeah, that no, contraception should not be administered at all, to see if she can actually come to Tofumi's side and say, okay, maybe it should be administered. It should be administered, yeah? Because there are situations whereby parents are not even in the house, and then this particular stranger comes into the house, or your driver, or your gate man, or anyone can actually come inside and rape the child. It's not even all the time that these children actually go out to go and look for love. But then if contraception has been administered in the first place, don't forget that contraceptions are actually not just meant to avoid unwanted pregnancies. Contraceptions also help in a sense that it helps prevent sexually transmitted diseases. So we need to get educated about these things, know which is which. Fetia said something about contraceptions having side effects. I believe we have different types of bodies. Before most parents administer contraception, yeah, to their children, they should know the type of body or the type of contraception, yeah, that is good and advisable for that particular child or that age. So, Fetia, what do you think? Do you think it should still not be administered or it should be administered?
It should not be administered.
She's still standing on that word. I should not be administered.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because, as I said earlier, experience is the best teacher. You're talking about what's it called? Rape. Fine, rape. Accepted. But then, before you can get raped, it must come with some things like, okay, maybe some guys now they've come to ask you, okay, and you were actually kind of rude to them. You know, guys are very, very wicked. So there are some way that you talk to them that they'll be like, okay.
Should we shout men has come?
Exactly. So there are some guys that are very wicked that will be like, okay, because of the way she spoke to me, I'll get her. Like, if they got you now, they raped you. There are some rape that lead to death.
Sure.
So, imagine the girl has actually admitted contraception. Yeah. With the contraception, prevent death.
Oh,
no,
wow.
Oh, wow. It won't prevent death. So, being raped, I feel like some things might have caused it. Maybe from the girl.
Like it's a gradual process.
Exactly.
It's not just something that happened.
Or maybe they've been monitoring you from
or they've
somewhere.
been monitoring you from somewhere.
Your mode of dressing determines.
So.
Like, your mode of dressing speaks for you. Like, okay, she's this kind of girl. Maybe if you dressed like decently, no one can just come walk up to you and just be like, just rape you or do any all sort of thing.
But you know that we have pedophiles that they don't even need you to be half naked before they actually get the whole thing in their head, and then they just drive down to action.
Yeah, that's true. But still,
It is still
you
a no.
don't need contraception.
Okay, that's
Like, the side effects are actually good. Like, the side effects are no. Because now, okay, using contraception pills to avoid rape. Rape is not actually something that comes like very fast. Like,
it's a process, yeah.
it's a process. If you're in university, you can get raped depending on. There are some our Holy Marys, like they usually say. There are some girls that will just, but under them, they get as it be. So if they rape them, they'll be crying. But those that know them for who they are won't feel like,
okay,
they'll just be like,
raped.
it's actually our stuff. But then, concentration pills are not actually good. The side effects.
But we have different types of contraceptions, guys. Yeah, not all contraceptions are pills.
Yeah, some are cap, some are string.
Yeah, some are.
Exactly.
And we have injections too.
Yes.
Like these injections just enter into your body, like you know when you're taking your normal malaria medication.
One question is, if you're taking injections, is it every day?
No,
it's not. No, it's not every day.
Yeah, it's not.
Right?
You can't
it's
take injection every day either.
Exactly. So if you are injecting yourself for the pills, the next day, do you know if you're going to be raped? Okay, you've taken it today, and nothing happened. The next day, not like, since nothing happened yesterday, nothing will happen today, and something happened. And if you take pills, are the pills every day? Is it morning and night? Is it 3 times a day? No. It's just once.
Okay. Yes. This is, guys. Let's get this gist correctly. We have some contraceptions. God. See, you know one thing, yeah. Each time I sit down, then I'm thinking of how a white man head walks, and I'm like, God, you sat down, you made these people. What happened to we the blacks? Like, what are we doing with our heads? I asked God that type of question, like, what happened to we the blacks? But then, in another sense, yeah, I realized that we the blacks, we are amazing human beings, yeah? That God actually sat down. He made us in diversities, yeah? He made us in different nature, with different heads. In the sense that me, as a black woman, I can just wake up in the morning and be like, I want to beat that girl. I want to be, but then there's someone somewhere, there's a woman somewhere who is thinking on how to make the world a different place. Somebody actually sat down and thought of how to make the world a different place for we upcoming young ladies because of the pain she actually went through in the hands of other gender, yeah? In the hand of the other gender. She does not want other people to actually go through this, but I'm pretty sure that is the story or part of the story behind contraception. Now, rape now has not been a one-time thing, has been a process. Now, there was this particular girl that said she was raped and she went to say she was coming back from school. She passed to so place, and then she was raped by 4 guys or 5 guys, and then that rape actually led to pregnancy, yeah, that she had to give birth to the child. And then I was hearing about it after she had actually given birth. Then when I heard it, I was pained to the bone. Yeah? I felt that pain, that okay. But then it is hard for me to trust such a story, yeah? Because I felt like this is 21st century, for crying out loud. Everybody out there, you're not 17, you're not 18. Everybody out there actually knows what is going on. You know what to use to prevent and to safeguard yourself. We might want to pretend to be like, okay, no, this one is that. I agree with Faithia in all forms and in all fronts of it. Own training. You think I want to say she used contraception? Nibo, own training. Cast it down. Listen to your mommy. Don't do bad things. But then let's be factual. Our future, our lives, they are in our hands. Where we walk to, people we mingle with, actually adds up to what we become in the future. The people you let into your life, the type of advice that we take, the footsteps that we take, everything adds up to our lives. The congregations that we attend or that we find ourselves in, everything adds up to who we become and who we are growing up to become. Check all the points we've actually added together today and know if it is okay for you as a parent to administer contraception to your words or not. If you're not going to consider the fact that, okay, my child, I've actually given her the training I have done. The Bible says, train up your child in the way he should go. And when that child grows up, that child will not depart from it. If you're training your child in the way of light, that child will definitely follow the way of light. If you're training your child to go the other way, that child will. Christianity, Islam, or the other one does not say that do not use medication. And if you're following that religion that says don't go to hospital or don't use this, don't use that one, I do not know about that. But what my own Bible and my mind tells me is what safety first. Safety first. It's not every person out there. It's not all the child in the world that are out there for evil purpose. But you know the type of children that you've given birth to. Then you know the type of training and what you want your children to become in the future. So safeguard them now, safeguard their tomorrow, and safeguard their future. If you're giving them contraceptions, know the type of contraceptions you're giving to them. Know the reason why you're giving them that contraception. And if you're not giving them contraceptions, know why you're not doing it. But don't be wicked. So guys, let's go on this quick show break. Welcome back, guys. If you're just joining us, you're on Teens Perspective with Layo. Yeah, don't go nowhere. We are going to ask the first question we've actually asked here when this show just started. So if it is okay for parents to administer contraceptions on their children without the knowledge of that child or with the knowledge of the child. So Tofumi.
I would say it is okay with the knowledge of the child, because there's no way you would do something at the back of the person. The person has to be aware of it. So
it is okay for that child to be aware that my
yes.
mom is actually giving me contraception.
And we should not forget that parent has upper hand. So
whoa. All right, thank you, Tofumi. Okay.
As for me, I don't accept from the beginning. So I don't feel with the knowledge of the child or without the knowledge, it's wrong, literally. Very wrong.
Everything is a no for you.
It's a no.
I like disagreeing people. I mean, it is a way of moving forward for me. If you don't have to agree with me. I mean, when I think I am right, it is okay for you to tell me, no, madam, you are not right. So you think it is okay for the parents to actually let that child know that, come on. If I were to be your mom, for me, and I'm like, I mean, I'm loving these ideas, it's a dope one. But then, if I were to have a child right now at the age of 13, and then I'm like, okay, let me use what name can I use? Okay, let me use Blessing for an example. Blessing, come on. This thing here is contraception, though. I'm giving you contraception. Yeah, I don't want you to get pregnant. So it's to prevent pregnancy. Oh, yeah, sit down, so that you're not gonna bring belly home. So I'll give you this thing. It will help you not be able to get pregnant. But then, if I see you with Boda Kiniko now, when that child is actually going to meet Boda Lagbaja, that child will not tell me that I'm actually going to meet Boda Lagbaja. When Boda Lagbaja is telling me, when Boda Lagbaja starts to touch my child, I will not know. But then I've already aided my child to get me Boda Lagbaja behind my back. And then Boda Lagbaja is already doing stuff with my child at the age of 13. Is that still okay for me to let that child know that I'm giving you contraception that will prevent you from getting pregnant?
Like I said earlier, if you had listened to me, I said that it is okay for the child to know.
Okay.
Then, while the child is being aware of the contraceptives, the girl can say I don't want and I don't want, or I want, you can do it for me, because the child is already aware. So I think
okay, you're asking that child for the permission of
You are telling her.
you're asking the child for the permission if I can administer this thing to you or not, yeah? So that child will not choose, okay, yes, so I want, or no, I do not want it.
Yeah.
Mommy, I can take care of myself.
But once you are being introduced, like,
okay, when you're being introduced to it.
yes.
Oh, okay, that's a wonderful point. So that means you're not forcing it on the child, not just at the parent's idea. I really wish Tofumi was not giving birth to in Nigeria. But then it's disappointing that Tofumi was born in Nigeria. She's saying this thing. Nigerian parents that they don't need your opinion before they do anything. I mean, more PM, man. I get back to you.
You just been saying parents have upper hand.
Upper hand.
So why would they come back to ask you, okay, do you want it or you don't?
Like,
I don't understand.
Nigerian parents, the African parents, but then Nigeria to be precise. I don't need your opinion to do anything.
Exactly.
You
You're
kneel.
my
I
child.
said you should kneel down there. You are not kneeling down. Who is your father? I mean, that is the. I mean, we have beautiful parents in Nigeria,
I believe
in Africa in general. Okay, you're saying something.
I believe a word is enough for the wise. Because as my mom will say, Aboro lanso for Monuabi, to Badenwe Adotidi for the Yorubas. I don't know about the Igbos and Hausas. But what is enough for the wise? Once they've told you don't do this, and you still go ahead to do it, whatever you say is your fate. So if you say don't do this and you went ahead, carry pregnancy, it's not your mother's fault. She has already told you. And I'm sure, as Yoruba people will do, gbogbo èèyàn wà ńbẹ̀ nígbà tí mò ń sọ fún sí o. So tó bá máa fi gbé wálé kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ tèmi. It's you and the guy that now have problem.
You guys will deal with it yourself.
Your load is already outside,
yeah?
outside. So I believe you should use your sense actually as a girl. Just be sensible.
So if contraception wasn't an option, what are you going to do? That is the question on ground. If contraception is not in the picture or was never created, what are you going to do? And another question is this: now that contraception has been created, what are you still going to do? Is it going to be an option or it is not going to be an option? Guys, it was an amazing moment with me, with you guys too, in the studio today. I mean, Tofumi and Faithia really gave me this nice point, and then I love this moment with them. It was really juicy, and man, they were really dropping and busting out some suggestions, and it was dope. I'm pretty sure you guys enjoyed it. You guys should stay tuned to us, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and keep sharing these videos. Don't forget to keep watching Divine TV. Divine TV, enriching souls through the gospel of Christ. I remain your lovely host, Layo. Tell me, guys, goodbye.